For you. What are we making today, Kim?
We do a spicy chicken and lentil soup. We're gonna make a gremolata. You're gonna find out what that is a little later.
Okay.
And then I've made a delicious bread to go with it. However, our guest has kind of pulled a rabbit out of the hat and she's gonna make something of her own.
Wow, we're gonna find out what that is in a bit, right? So what are our ingredients for today?
So we're gonna start off with the base of our soup. And for that we need a mirepoix, which is gonna be
mirepoix.
And we're gonna talk about that in the show. We're gonna need some onion, some carrot and some celery and some peppers. That's gonna be the vegetable base. Obviously some chicken for the chicken soup. That's in the fridge. So we're gonna get that in a bit. And then we're gonna need some herbs, so some bay, some rosemary, and of course garlic in everything.
Garlic and everything.
And the spices
Bay leaves and everything.
Exactly. The spices we use today, some smoked paprika, some cayenne pepper, and chili flakes, always. And how amazing, we're actually gonna add some barley to it. It's not gonna need to cook for a whole day.
Barley.
It's already cooked, so it's gonna be done in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be our soup, yeah.
Whoa, well, chicken soup for the soul, it sounds like.
Exactly.
But what makes this one special?
It's the fact that we're taking a traditional chicken soup and we made it very spicy, very hearty. This soup comes with a bed because you're literally gonna be eating it and then pass out right there.
The itis.
You know.
The keyword for this recipe is soup. SMS that keyword to 33653 for 650 rather for the recipe and the link and the ingredients. And if maybe you were on our website earlier on, you would have gotten the recipe because it's been up there for a while in preparation for our cook along. So I hope you're ready. We will be streaming live, so you can actually bring your laptop or your iPad or your phone, but keep it away from the flames, obviously. Remember to snap a pic of your final dish and enter our cook along competition. Find our post on Facebook, post your pic there, and you could be the winner of a R1,000 Woolies voucher. So again, we are streaming live, don't forget that. So it's actually quite good quality on YouTube.
I'm watching it. I was on here yesterday. I watched the show on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. And joining us for our cook along today, though, is one of our favorite South African comedians. She's also an incredibly talented actress, and recently she's taken up a new passion, boxing. Shimmy Isaacs was born and bred in the town of Worcester in the Western Cape, a community she's passionate about and one that shaped the woman she is today.
That is where I grew up. I come from the flats.
Wow.
And then we moved across into the suburb area.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my mom's house. You guys got a glimpse of that.
Right.
But the Pink River View Flats is where my principles were installed in me.
Oh, yeah? Why? What went down in the flats?
I lived with my granny and my grandfather. We played. It was probably one of the most happiest times in my life as a child. We didn't have much, but I didn't know that because, you know, people throw words like poverty around. I never felt poor.
You never felt
I never felt poor. I mean, you know, playing in the sand and wanting to taste the sand was pretty normal to me. I just thought I had a calcium problem.
Joining us back in the loft, let's welcome Shimmy Isaacs.
What?
I know, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
Wow.
Well, welcome back. It's so great to have
Thank you.
Nothing much has changed about you except two things. Your mohawk is a bit higher.
It is, yes.
I see that.
Yes.
And then your shoulders are quite buff.
I'm a little bit buffish.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening? What?
Girl, it's called CrossFit. Yes.
CrossFit.
and a low carb diet, high in protein. Yes.
Low carb diet. Do you cheat?
Yes.
Do you have cheat days?
I don't call them cheat days. I don't because if I call them cheat days, then I'm limiting myself. You know,
right.
I'm telling myself, oh no!
Look at you!
Oh no!
Ready? You just look ready.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things to do. I box.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, like it's no one's business. It's the best form of cardio.
Yeah.
Absolutely the best form of cardio.
It's
but
tough,
yeah,
huh?
it is. It's extremely tough, and it's all about speed and power.
And agility, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were here precisely a year ago.
Wow.
And when you were here, we asked you what it means for you to be coloured.
Yes.
And this is what you had to say.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is it going to come up?
Oh, okay. Apparently we don't have the clip.
Oh, you don't have.
But do you remember what you said last time? Because here's what I see happening. This conversation about what it means to be coloured in South Africa has done like a major comeback, and I'm not sure.
Especially within comedy.
Yeah. So there's two things for me. Why is it still a thing, and is there a positive and a negative to that conversation?
Well, I suppose yes. You know, yes and no. I think for me. It's such a celebratory thing when I say I'm a woman of color. You know, let's face it, I'm not white. That's very obvious.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, when I say I'm a woman of color, it's something that I really embrace. But one thing that I do make very clear is I'm not a Cape colored, because sometimes I think those lines really get blurred with colored people, and they become extremely defensive. Like, no, no, no. You know, I don't say J, I say yay. You know,
Right.
because I was born and raised in the Boland. I was not born and raised in the Cape Flats. And the dynamities between the cultures are quite different. A young coloured person from Uppington is very different as opposed to a coloured girl from Worcester. We sound different. We use different sort of nuances for things. So these are the things that I think really sort of separates us within the coloured communities. And we've got the same within the black communities. We've got different tribes, you know, you've got the Zulu, the Xhosa, the Pedi, and they are very proud of that heritage. And they will let you know,
Yeah, they will let you know. They will absolutely let you
they
know.
will let you know. And the same with the coloured community. I think sometimes it's how we let you know.
Yeah, wow. Wow.
That people perhaps
It's quite a unique way of letting one know.
That people perhaps take a little bit of
Something else
yes.
somebody let me know. Losha Cooper was recently in the loft, and she
Oh,
also
love
had a
her.
lot to say about people's supposed perceptions of what it means to be a
Yes.
coloured woman, and the prescriptions that they give you for how you should behave, how you should sound.
Absolutely.
And do you feel like you've been pigeonholed, and how are you dealing with that tension?
Yes, especially when I'm on stage. I think people sort of construed my stage persona for within my reality. And when I'm having a conversation with people, like I'm having with you, and I'm kind of using proper words, and I'm stringing my sentences together, they kind of go, "What happened?"
You speak so well.
Yeah, you speak so well.
Where are you from?
Yes, I went to a really good school, you know, and I went to a really prestigious film school. So yes, I do speak properly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I definitely agree. I think sometimes we are pigeonholed, even in entertainment sometimes, with the roles
Absolutely.
that we get cast for or asked to read for. But I think it is up to me, it's always been up to me to kind of break that barrier of stereotype sort of mentality that people do have around a small town girl that's supposed to sound a certain way. She couldn't possibly sound like she could be a lawyer. How dare she?
Speaking of a prestigious film school, many
Yes.
people don't know that before you branched into comedy, you are a formidable actress. I've worked with you.
Yeah.
You played a corrupt prison warden, and I was the investigative.
You were the good cop.
I was
You're
the good
basically the
cop
good
who came
cop.
to bust you.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at my badass
Yeah,
self. So what did you love most about playing that character?
I think that it's so completely not who I am. Sally's, that was her name.
Sally's.
Sally's, yeah. That it was so not who I am. But I could so identify with that world because both my dads, I have two dads, my stepfather and my real dad, they're both wardens. You know, and my stepfather is head of one division in Brandvlei. Maximum security. He's the one in the back.
Yes.
And so I could completely relate to that world, and I've always wanted to
portray that.
portray that, you know, because I think it's so fascinating just getting into especially the minds of women in that kind of environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you recently said that you had an experience on stage that most comedians would
Oh, my
describe
goodness.
as a comedian's worst
Girl.
nightmare. What happened?
It is. I think it's every comedian's worst nightmare. It's definitely never happened to me as, you know, where another comedian just kind of takes your material and, you know, you stand in the wing and you
Just before you're about to go
yes,
on.
yeah, because I was the headline act, and everybody backstage, you know, we were kind of like, no,
This isn't
no,
happening.
and then it was word for word, and then it was rhythm for rhythm, because you know my material is very. It's very personal. It's based on my own experiences. So, you know, we were standing backstage and we were like,
No.
No.
That is not happening.
Yeah. And I think he knew what was happening, and he couldn't stop himself. Like I could, and I, I had to take the high road, being the professional, and obviously we had to address it, and it was addressed, and
it was addressed.
Well, this is the number one thing you want to do as a comedian, is you need to address it instantly, because it's plagiarism at the end of the day. It's,
I'm sure your boxing must have come in handy as well.
I'm a softie, Bonnie.
I know you
Everything that I wanted to say did not come out of my mouth, and I was raised well. Thanks, Mom. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
So
go Worcester.
Go. Worcester.
Is it Worcester or Worcester?
It's Worcester.
So I'm confusing it with Worcestershire sauce.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Just take the sauce out. Just take the sauce out. It's the same spelling.
Leave the sauce out.
Yes.
Keep it in your bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we spoke about it. He was extremely just so sorry, and I think he was trying something and something else came out. and I had to be the professional, and I had to say, look, this is the number one rule in comedy, that
don't do it.
Don't do it. And with me there, it was even funnier.
Even worse.
So I had to think on my feet, and I obviously couldn't do the material. So I did really well. I think everything happens for a reason, and that was just, my higher power going, girl, you gotta think on your feet.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
you say you're funny,
you
show
do
us.
that really well. And you're also going to show us
yes.
how well you think on your feet in the kitchen, because you're going to join us for the cook-along. Thank you so much for agreeing. And you've also got a surprise up your sleeve.
Do I?
Yeah,
Indeed.
well, we can't wait to show you what that surprise is. Don't go away. After the break, we'll be starting our cook-along in the kitchen.
Moms know all about crazy moments, busy days and sleepless nights. But there are also beautiful moments between moms and their children which make for precious memories. You could win tickets to a Lentil high tea with your mom at one of 6 luxurious venues around SA in a region of your choice when you share a #blissful moment on the Afternoon Express Facebook page. Treat yourself and your mom and share your #blissful moment now to win with Lentil and Afternoon Express.
Lindor from Lint.
back to Afternoon Express live on SABC3. We're about to begin our cook-along. Thank you so much, Shami, again for joining us.
No, you're welcome.
And Clem, what is our first step?
Cool, so what you're gonna do right now is you're gonna preheat your oven to 200. That's gonna be for the bread. And now we're gonna get started on our soup, on the base of soup. So we're gonna fry fried chicken first.
Okay.
So Shimi, you got some chicken breasts over there?
Yes.
And you got a nice sharp knife. I'm gonna put your pot on so long, and I'll put mine on.
So, Shimi, you're quite handy in the kitchen.
I am.
You
I love
to
it.
cook.
I absolutely love cooking.
How often do you cook?
As often as I can. I actually cooked this weekend for some friends. So I roasted some ham in the oven. Yes. Some honey glazed ham.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And I made some old school chicken curry.
Of course, why
The
not?
chicken curry.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes. With some roti.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you make your own
and
roti?
I did.
You made
make
your
my
own
own roti,
roti?
and yeah. Again, my mom is she's everything. She's sort of like she can do anything in the household, especially cook with nothing, and it just like is a big
Yeah,
feast.
create something out of nothing.
And
Yeah.
some sweet potato bake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
No,
at
I love
you.
cooking.
Delicious.
Yeah, no,
Look
look
at
at
me,
me,
right?
like totally.
So I'm not going to be doing a lot of cooking today. I'm basically like the adjudicator
Okay.
between your
All right,
cooking
okay.
skills, right?
So I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my pot, and then I'll pass it to you so you
Okay.
can do the same. Oh, you got
Okay.
your oil there, but let's share. There you go.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna start slicing up our chicken.
Okay.
So I learned a cool trick today about how to slice chicken that it shreds nicely into a soup. So I'm gonna teach you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
so it does that thing where it just like...
Yeah, it just like falls
strips
apart.
Oh my
like-
goodness.
So the first thing you're gonna do is you wanna butterfly the chicken breast,
Okay.
just like
Okay.
there. And then you actually go straight down and you create 2 new fillets. Perfect.
Ah.
Nice,
So you
look
can
at
see which
Just
way the
like-
grain is going. The grain's going from left to right.
Okay.
We're gonna try and cut against the
We're
grain.
going to go against
Right,
the
right,
grain.
right,
That's what we do in life all the time, don't
Clem,
you?
I like how you say like this is cool and this is like amazing. This is how I used to like cut chicken when I was poor, girl. Like if you
Really?
want more chicken, cut it in half.
There we go.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Okay. What you do now? We're gonna go against the grain, and we're
Okay.
gonna cut it at a little slight angle,
Okay.
just like
Let's see.
that.
Oh, like...
So what happens
You
is
didn't
as
see
this
that
cooks.
coming.
I did not see that coming.
You were
that
never
was
ready.
a ballet
You were
move.
never ready.
That was a pirouette.
Okay, cool.
He just
See?
pirouette
Watch
me.
your feet.
Don't cut yourself. Don't
I
cut
know.
yourself,
I got it.
bro.
Perfect, there we go.
Nice,
Here we go.
nice.
Here we
So
go.
we're gonna continue doing that with the rest of the chicken breast.
Oh,
so
okay.
now, I like using chicken breast in this recipe, especially if you're gonna slice it this way, because it doesn't go dry. It just falls apart and becomes part of the soup. If you're gonna keep it a bit too chunky, yes, the chances are you're gonna get a bit of dry
Gonna
chicken
dry
breast.
out, right.
But I wouldn't go and use chicken on the bone, because no one wants to be
Wow.
eating a soup and you gotta stop. You'll be like,
Yeah,
sorry everybody,
yeah.
and then you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
gotta take the chicken off the
We all
bone.
love that.
That is
That's a lot
so
of fun.
true. I've always wondered how can I have fillets but not have it dry, because it always just ends up
Always ends up really dry.
just coming out dry.
Yeah.
And it's perhaps because
I
of
like-
the chunky pieces.
I like this going against the grain thing. But you also basically have to make sure that your knife is quite sharp, right?
You do. The thing is, if your
Yeah.
knife isn't sharp, you're just gonna end up shredding the chicken anyway.
Yeah.
Which is what
And
you don't want to
shredding your
happen.
fingers.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks Shami. Just straight into the pot.
Yeah.
So Bon, do you want to try slicing one up?
Do I? Okay. Yeah, I can try.
Cool. So in this new fancy method,
In this
you can
new
use
way.
you can use my
Okay.
board. While you're doing that, I'm
Okay.
gonna go wash my hands.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is such fun.
Nice. Okay.
Looking good.
Yeah, that is looking good. Oh, there we go.
So Shami, you cook a lot, you said now.
I do.
And what's your favorite chicken dish?
You know what? I just recently had some stuffed chicken, some stuffed crumb chicken with mushrooms and cream cheese.
Oh wow.
I recently had that at my best friend's wedding over the weekend, and that I must say has been the most intricate chicken dish that I've had thus far. Yeah,
Lovely.
I was gonna say, I would have thought you would
What?
say your amazing chicken curry.
of course. I mean,
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So after I've done these like chicken slithers, do I do it in?
Yeah, now you can actually go
Strips.
to little strips if you want.
Okay.
And then you got all the chicken in there. Let's
I've got
check
all my
your heat.
chicken in here. I don't have time to waste.
There we go.
Let's
So you can just kind of like move it around in the pot there, so all the chicken's
Okay.
getting cooked. You got your. Look, you see, I've given you like wooden spoons.
I love it.
This
I
makes
love,
food
I
taste so
love
much
this
better.
kitchen. I could totally live in it. Like, you totally need to have a good kitchen.
Absolutely. I hope you guys at home have gotten the hang of this this new way of slicing the chicken. It's actually quite cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool. Shimmy, you on that? Awesome.
Yeah.
So
nice.
give your hands a quick wash. We're going to start chopping up some veggies.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with our onion. I mean, onion is the start of any good dish.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna start with something called a mirepoix, which you were like, what?
And whenever I cook for anyone who doesn't like onion, I always just say, no, I'm not gonna put any onion in it, and then I chop it so fine they can't tell that it's in there.
I was just about to say, don't tell them.
And who doesn't like onion?
I mean, that is the magic of any dish. That is the magic of any dish.
All right,
Okay,
it's true.
perfect.
So we're gonna start off with some onion going in, and for the mirepoix, which is basically three
Should I-
main ingredients. It's your onion, your celery, and your carrot. So we're gonna get started, and that's gonna go in. So you're gonna give your hands a quick wash.
Okay. Mirepoix, what word is that? Where
It's
does
French.
that originate from?
So it's basically
French.
it's French. It's from French cooking techniques, and it's basically the base of any stock, sauce, or soup like this. It
Okay.
gives you, the onions give you obviously that aromatic flavor. The carrot gives you that nice sweetness, and then the celery, same thing, nice sweetness and quite a lot of earthiness. I mean, if you smell celery, you immediately smell a soup, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Don't you think that, Shimmy? You just smell the leaves of celery and you like immediately, it's a soup, it's a stew, you know?
Love
There we go.
it.
So cool. So onions, just give them a nice chop, and don't waste the leaves of your celery as well. Use that as well. You get great flavor from that,
Okay.
just like that.
This chicken is looking quite good.
It's. I mean, that's just the chicken.
Do you want me
already
to
smelling
stir
good.
that for you, Shimmy?
Do you mind, darling?
I see you're too busy
I feel
over
like I'm
there.
on like a chef cooking show now. Oh, I gotta go. How much time do I have left?
You just keep on going. You just keep on going. Don't worry. There's no time limit on this one right now.
What particular dish do you remember from your childhood that your mom made that you absolutely adored?
You know, guys, I've got to say, I actually love groenboontjiekos.
Groen boing.
Oh, yeah. Kim, you got that, right?
Yeah.
Green bean sauce.
Like, it's a stew.
Okay.
Yeah. So with like green beans, but fresh ones, the ones that they used to sit in the afternoon and they would carve it, you know, with like a blade, and they would just like chop it finely like that.
Oh, into like these little thin
Yeah.
slithers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that.
So
Absolutely.
Oh, Bob, that looks so good.
It does.
So
huh?
okay, so I've got my veggies chopped up.
wow, dude.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You can take your time. You can take your time. Onions going in. It's so colorful. And that's the thing about this soup. It is
Oh, I love.
full of texture and full of color.
Do I chop up all the onion? The entire
You can add all of it. And then, Bod, I know you're a pro. I know you want to
Okay.
get in there. Do you want to chop some
Do you
carrots?
want me to chop it for you? Oh, I'll chop
Girl,
some carrot for you.
girl.
Bonnie's got some
I-
serious knife skills.
I normally would say
stop
no.
it, I
I've
like
got
it.
this, but I've learned to share.
Okay,
All right,
just
cool.
grab
Here we go.
that.
Thanks, hon.
Do you want it in just like little circles and
You can
halves?
cut it, I find that if you cut it in half first, down the length, and then cut it into circles easier, because the carrot doesn't rock around on the table.
Okay.
Carrot doesn't rock.
Rock around.
I mean, we don't normally
Wow,
mind
I'm
people rock
learning
around.
some stuff here today, man. Wow.
Okay. So once you have all the ingredients in the pot, I've added some garlic to it as well. And now, I'm gonna go with some salt. So the salt, obviously we always salt between cooking, keep on tasting. But
Okay.
the salt at this stage draws out the natural moisture in the chicken, in the good way, and in the vegetables, so they can start softening now, start caramelizing.
Okay.
So as soon as that's in there, I'm gonna add some salt for you guys. And you can already smell, something good is about to happen. You can smell the celery, the onion,
Yes.
especially with that garlic
You
and this
also-
perfectly sliced chicken. Thank you, Bonnie.
Perfect. I think I'm done here. The onion's
Wow.
stinging my eyes, so I'm just
Hey,
gonna
I'm telling you guys,
just,
I'm trying to just be strong.
slide over to the side.
Trying to be strong.
Okay.
As Somizi
Right.
said, he gets all his vegetables chopped from Woolies, so there's no tears.
When Samizi was here cooking, we made a dish that needed peanuts. And he said he didn't like peanuts because it reminded him of poverty. And I think we all have that one dish that our parents used to make so much that we started to associate it with lack or not having enough.
Absolutely.
Do you have one of those?
Well, it would actually be peanut butter and jam. I can't. No, I cannot for the life of me. I don't even buy peanut butter.
You don't even mess with it? Not even
I don't
now?
even buy bread, okay? So no.
Yeah, because you're on a no carb diet.
Well, yeah, it's a low carb diet because you know there are still carbs in like
Other things
sweet
like
potato,
veggies
like,
and
yeah.
And your dish, Clem?
It's sweet potato or
I
carrots
think I can go.
with sugar on it.
Why?
It
That
just
is
makes
the
me feel
best
of like
thing
such sad
ever.
times. No ways. I can't stand that at all. The smell and the taste, I'm not about it. No.
Wow.
And you?
Mine is Glenrick fish.
Wait,
Canned fish.
Just trying to be
Oh,
smart.
okay.
Here
It's an
we
awkward
go.
time for me to say I love canned fish.
Do you love canned fish?
love it.
I can't handle canned fish. just reminds me of sad times.
All right, so let me just recap where we are right now. So
Here
the
we go.
chicken's in, our vegetables
Okay.
are in. It's going to keep on cooking and softening down. All your vegetables in as well. So
Yeah.
oven's looking good. I'm going to put this amazing bread in the oven. When we come back after the ad break, we're going to get started on adding our spices and herbs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking good.
Yeah, I
So
think we
we-
need a little bit of salt for this.
Yeah, have you added your salt?
No, I
Okay,
haven't
okay.
yet. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm actually
awesome.
not a big salt person.
Why
I'm
not?
I don't know.
It's just a health thing.
I think so, yeah. Because I think once you've actually just changed the way you've eaten,
Yeah.
like everything changes the way things
Absolutely,
taste. And
absolutely.
you realize you don't really need to add more
and you
stuff.
prefer to eat healthier.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a short break, and I hope you're up to date with all the steps so far in our first segment. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sea Harvest. New look, same great taste.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Our cook-along has just started. If you've just joined us, I'm sure you can quickly catch up. I mean, yeah, we're just frying some chicken. What have we done? What have we done so far?
So we've cooked off our chicken. We've added our carrots, celery, and our onion, and the garlic's in there. So we're about to start on the herbs and spices.
Yeah, absolutely. And do remember, we are taking your calls, so you can call in and ask us any question to do with the cook-along and what's happening here. Our phone number is 082 083. That's 083 913 3728. So do call us and ask us any question that you'd like. Any questions so far that you have?
I forgot the garlic.
Let's go for it, no
Do I
problem.
just put the thing?
Yeah, you can, absolutely. And now we're going to go
Well,
in.
don't you need to chop it?
No, it's fine. It's going
pouring
to
it
go
all
in.
in
Bonnie,
there.
no.
It's fine.
Oh, okay.
So have you got
Okay.
Bailey's your side?
Okay, yes, I do.
Cool. So we're going to go with our dried Baileys. Baileys add a
Oh,
nice...
I love this.
Yeah, it adds like an instant
Yes.
like earthiness, a depth
Yes.
to any dish. I love it.
You can add it to basically anything,
It-
right?
like,
anything
even-
stewy and
I've
casserole.
had bay leaf ice cream.
What?
Yes. And it was good.
Was it good?
It was so good.
Wow,
Bay
you're
leaf.
really trying to be a very different
I have
colour,
heard
aren't you, Clem? Bay leaf ice cream.
Fennel ice cream. I've heard of fennel ice cream.
Also, it's just very, very
It's just got
earthy,
that
very
licoricey
aromatic.
taste.
But
yeah,
just
it's lovely.
funny, it instantly just also just gives that like a completely different aroma.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, congratulations on your award, and I'm going to try and do a job of pronouncing it. It's
Oh.
your Artia Kafia
It's a nomination.
Media
Yes.
Fierki Award.
Yeah, Vierkies. No, it's not an award yet.
Vierkies.
It's a nomination.
It's a nomination.
Yes.
Okay, why is there no word for media in Afrikaans?
We
Can I just ask?
we were trying to find that on like Safari, Google. I think it's net media.
So everything is Afrikaans, and
Yeah.
they just threw in a media in
And
the
then
middle.
they just throw in a media in there. Yeah, so I've been nominated for Best Presenter for my TV
your
show.
show?
For my television show, yes. Kenya May, that's the name of my show. And and so that happens on the 12th of May in Joburg.
Yeah.
So all the best,
the best.
all the best. So
And anyone who doesn't know about your show, what is it about? Just
it's
sell it
fun.
to us
It's
quickly.
so awesome. Basically, I'm the host of a love game show comedy. It's a comedy love game show. Basically, where I take couples and also celebrity couples, so Bonnie, keep yourself not single. And I basically see how well you guys know each other. So I throw questions at you guys.
Nice.
You know, we've had one of your colleagues, Ilana Africa, and her husband.
Yeah.
We've had them on the show, and it was just amazing to see how well people really know each other. And it's to see how well do you listen to your partner.
Wow, that's awesome.
You know, what are the things that sort of like gets up your skin about your partner, and what is your partner says those things are. So it's fun.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Hope
So-
the food's not burning.
No,
what are
that's
we doing
fine.
now?
Next step, so I've got some ground coriander there. That can just, all of it can go in.
Oh wow.
Again, the
Ground
coriander, we
coriander.
know, like, we use it in so many of our dishes, like our curries and our sauces. So it's going to add a beautiful, beautiful citrusy note there. And then
we-
smoked paprika.
Do we not need more oil? I feel like the veggies
Actually,
are
no, I'm
sticking to
about
the bottom of the pan.
I'm about to. What if your pan is getting, or pot's getting a bit sticky at the bottom?
Then your heat's too high.
No, that's good. You want
It's
that.
good?
Yeah, there's caramelization happening at the bottom of the pot. Also, we're going to add liquid to it, and it's going to lift, and it's going to add so much flavor to our dish.
Yours,
Okay.
yours
Smoked
is quite
paprika?
moist and juicy.
Well, it is because you see, I know what I'm doing.
All right, so smoked paprika going in. Cool.
Okay, so how much paprika do I put in?
I'm boiling it, so you're going to go for about a tablespoon.
Okay, cool, got it, gotcha.
And then some heat. Now, this is all you. Cayenne pepper. Like, I don't know, Bon, I know you're not scared.
I'm not scared of anything.
Yeah.
So that's some
Yes.
nice heat going in there.
Well, you know, I actually drink cayenne pepper.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
what it
healthy
is. I
for
take
you.
it like a half a teaspoon of it in water. I'm a bit of a health freak that way. Or,
Yeah.
And
I
then
know
I've got
all
some-
the
Do you do
The
the remedy
remedies.
with the turmeric?
with the
and-
turmeric. I do. I
stuff's
do
coming out of my
turmeric
pop.
every day.
Add a bit of
that's
water
so
to it
good.
now.
Absolutely.
So we've got some rosemary. I'm just going to give that a rough chop. You've got your rosemary there as well.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, that feels
And that can go in, just like that. And then last thing I want to add is some curry
Stir
leaves.
that for you.
Curry
Thank
leaves
you.
also, as soon as you smell it, it instantly smells like a curry.
Yeah.
So that's going to go in there.
Absolutely.
Quite a bit.
Can I show you a trick, Clem?
Sure,
Like,
go
I
for
was
it.
trying to be all fancy like you with your rosemary and cutting it up, but
Go
check
for it.
out my trick. It's like the chicken
Yeah.
thing. You just pull it down, man.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Pull it down.
That's quite a trick. I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like that.
With so
girl,
much
I know
emotion. Okay, cool. So I've got a red pepper. Once your rosemary goes in, just take a red pepper. We're going to add some red pepper to that. I didn't want to add it in the beginning because I don't want to cook it too soft. We're going to
Okay.
get a bit of that texture in there.
Oh, I've just discovered something about red pepper as well.
Yes.
Because I don't add any sugar or anything into my
your
food.
food, uh-huh.
So I recently made some like chicken, just roasted some chicken in the oven. And I've added some red pepper, and I was really amazed by the sweetness, the
Absolutely.
natural sweetness. So if you are anything like me and you don't like to cook with sugar, this is the trick right here.
Yeah, I'm nothing like you. I love to cook with sugar, but everybody at home, I hope you heard that. Yay!
right.
Yay! We have a caller on the line, Nolita from Port Elizabeth. How are you? Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi, Bonnie. Unjani, sisi?
Konjani, Sissy?
I'm well, thanks.
Awesome.
I was cooking with you and everything was just going fine, but now
Listen.
the problem that I have is that I forgot that I put salt already and then I put it again. Now it's salty and obviously I don't want to start over. So what would you guys maybe suggest?
I'm
I
sure.
do now.
Okay, so thank you for your question, and I'm sure Clem has a better suggestion, but I would add a cup of Coke.
Wow, a cup of Coke? What does
Yeah.
that do?
It dissolves that intense salt taste.
Okay.
I don't know what the scientific mechanism behind it is, but if you put too much salt in your food, you can just add a cup of Coke and it'll actually disappear. It won't
Wow,
make your
that's
dish.
so
That
cool.
sounds
But
amazing.
maybe you guys have some other suggestions.
Do you have any suggestions, Shimmy?
I've actually never heard of that. I just thought like, well, now it's a bummer. You know, I'll make a whole new dish. But so no, I don't actually, well, I know if something is a little too spicy, I normally just add sort of like, yogurt. Like I would just add
I
some
see.
like
And that
some
works.
white,
That works.
Yeah.
some full cream yogurt, and that just takes away the spiciness
Yeah.
of anything, but not salt necessarily.
It does. It
Does
works
it?
with salt as well. So
Oh, wow.
it's yogurt or cream works really well. It actually blocks your taste inhibitors in your tongue. So
Wow.
it kind of like makes the taste less salty. Also another great
wow.
one, peeled potato, which is, I hope you have a potato at home. This one is really easy.
Peeled potato.
And just cut it into quarters and add the potato to your soup. And the potato actually sucks up all that excess salt inside your soup.
Ah,
That's really
Wow.
cool.
Wow,
yeah, and you
that's
can take it out when
awesome.
you're done.
Well, Nolita, I hope you can still save your soup, and thank you so much for your question. Are you still with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I will try the yogurt. I don't know if it's fine.
Okay, stop being a salt bae. Yeah.
Any flavor.
Gal, I'm sure it's fine. But just take a picture of us and send us that dish so we know you did the right thing.
Yeah.
I will. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, cool. Pepper's in. That's going to start simmering nicely. So we've
awesome.
added our stock. What I want to do now is I want to add some lentils. Lentils are great. It adds so much warmth to absolutely any dish.
Yeah.
And these are great because these are the Woolies lentils. No need for like rinsing, soaking, or anything. It's in the can. It's already done for you. So that can go in.
There you go.
You know what I love about
Woolies
watching...
is just amazing.
They are.
Do you know
No,
what I
they
love
really
about
are.
watching two people cook is that your dishes look distinctly different. I mean, it looks like you're cooking something else.
That's how you cook at home.
And
That's
I'm not,
fine.
no, and it's not even a bad thing. It's not even an insult.
Yeah.
It's just saying,
But
you know,
so
you
right.
guys aren't
Look at
cooking the
him.
same thing.
Oh my goodness.
But you can add your stock. You can totally add your stock now.
Basically, make your own soup.
Make your
Oh
own.
my goodness.
Another thing that I'm adding now is barley, and yes, it's from Woolies. Now, barley's, we know we have to soak barley for quite a long time to get it soft and then cook it.
Yeah.
So this is pretty great. It's already cooked.
Yeah.
So that's going to go in, and that's going to
Okay,
start sucking up
okay.
all that delicious flavor.
Awesome.
Barley kind of like acts as a canvas when it comes to flavor. It sucks up all the flavors, everything else that you're busy
And
with.
it takes on
Really, really well.
flavors. Okay, awesome.
Cool. So while
Okay.
that's busy simmering, I'm going to put the lid on and let that start cooking. So all your stock can go in. We'll season again just now. We're going to start making a
stock goes
gremolata.
in.
All of it.
Wow.
All of it.
Awesome.
I'm really trying to get mine to look like yours. Wait.
You can add a little more paprika just now.
Yeah.
No problem.
Make it a little
But you
bit
know,
raw.
maybe that's a better flavor.
Yours is very rustic. It's another word for chunky.
No, it's good. It's good.
Rusty.
Okay,
rustic.
while you're adding your lentils and your barley, I'm gonna... It's there. It's there. I'm going to start with
I know it's
gremolata.
there. No.
It's there.
Don't let it look. Looks can be deceiving, Bonnie.
I know.
Wait until
I'm
you
not
taste
even, no,
this.
I'm not even about to diss it until I taste it. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Go with the extra curry leaves.
Yeah,
So I'm going to start on the
yeah.
gremolata so long, and we'll make this together just now. So just lemon zest going to be grated straight onto the board. I like working straight onto the boards. I mean, get another plate. No, why? Just work on the board.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So fresh lemon zest going down. And then we're going to
cool.
add some parsley.
Where the parsley at?
Where the parsley at? You know what? You talk to Shimmy. I'm going to get the parsley.
Okay,
get the parsley.
okay.
Typical.
Are you a
Typical
herb
South
girl?
African. I am
So obviously you don't
actually.
like a lot of spices and salts and stuff,
I
so
like
you use a lot of
fresh.
herbs.
I prefer fresh herbs. Yeah. My family, whenever we cook for big family, oopsie, I'm
Gotcha.
sorry, for big family dues, they always prep themselves for some fresh herbs with me because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also just think that the flavoring in fresh herbs is so much, it's so
Okay.
much more like evident in the food than as opposed to the dry spices. Not that I'm knocking the dry spices.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
they're easy to travel with.
They are. They absolutely are.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
all have some dry spices. But this is
Yeah.
looking really good, and I hope you guys are cooking along with us and you are up to date with everything. But if you want to give us that call,
Oh,
our
wait.
number is 083 319 3728. 083 913 3728.
You got
Thank you
this,
so
girl.
much upstairs for that number. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Say yes to the Smart Snack. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. If you've just joined us, well, you can still get along on the cook along. And before the break, we were making what you call a gremolata.
Gremolata,
What is a
right.
gremolata and how do you make it?
So it's a really easy way to add a lot of flavor to a soup or to a stew. It is 3 ingredients. It's your lemon zest, your lemon juice, which comes from the lemon as well, parsley and some garlic. So before the ad break, we started zesting our lemons.
Yes.
Yeah, and I saw you started chopping your parsley. So while you zest your lemons, I'm going to continue chopping some
cool.
parsley. And a cool tip for chopping parsley is to actually soak it in some water for a few minutes, cold water.
Yeah.
And it stops it from turning brown. It stays this vibrant green and stays like, the texture doesn't lose its texture, which is pretty great.
Awesome.
So just chop. What you want to do is kind of break it down as much as you can. So
Okay.
you can make this in a pestle and mortar if you want.
Yeah,
I like chopping it. I think chopping it gives it a good texture.
Yeah.
So over our our lemon zest, we're just going to keep on chopping.
Yeah.
And then what have I got? I got some pepper here.
Okay.
I just want to add the pepper to it because that's also going to add a nice flavor to it.
Okay,
Just
you're going
like
to add
that?
pepper to that. I'll grab that for you.
Okay, cool.
And then I've got some chopped garlic as well that's going to go in there, and we're just going to continue chopping. So because we like spice, how about we add some extra chili to this
So do
guy?
I just add everything together?
Yeah,
Yes.
just keep
Yes.
on chopping.
Wow.
And then you've got your lemon. You still got your lemon there?
Yes, I
You
do.
can add the juice of the lemon. That's going to bring it
squeeze it
all
on there.
together.
You're going to cut that in half.
So
Okay.
you can serve this guy over your soup at the end.
Okay.
I like stirring it through the soup just before the soup gets served. It gives it that beautiful acidity and the freshness of the parsley, and obviously the aromaticness of the garlic just
Yeah.
like lifts the soup up so much.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, that surprise that we chatted about earlier.
Yes.
You don't like bread with your soup. What do you usually have with your soup?
It's not that I don't like bread. I just think it needs to be eaten, or the soup needs to be accompanied by something that I'm quite familiar with.
Yes.
You know, and that's called a lekker old South African vet.
Oh, yes.
A fed cook.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, they call it amakwenya. So
Well, there
you're
you
going to
go.
make us some.
I'm gonna make you guys some.
So excited.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So your gremolata is done. You can kind of shift that board to the side,
Okay.
and then you've got some dough that we made earlier,
Yes.
and you're going to talk us through this, how you do this.
Yeah,
Let me
I
move that
am.
for you.
It's got everything that I'm not supposed to have, according to my diet. So, okay.
Okay.
Now we
Yes.
get the pot on for the fat cook. So we
This
have a
is
little
so
bit of
cool.
oil in the pot over there. We don't want to cook into it. We spoke about this also. You said don't have too high heat of the
No,
oil
don't.
because you want to cook the center and the outside.
Yeah, because it's important that everything just sort of like, gets cooked through. There's nothing worse when you're slicing open your lekker brown vet cook and then you see some like wet dough pieces in the inside.
okay.
No, you don't want that. Now, it depends on for how many people you're actually making vet cook. But basically what we did was we just added 3 cups of flour, okay, a pinch of salt, okay, and then sugar.
You know you have to.
You have to. You have
How
to.
much sugar?
Well, it depends on for how many people that you're making. So if you've added 7 cups, because that's normally for a household. So if you added 7 cups of flour, you would throw in, say, about a cup of sugar. Okay, about a cup of sugar. So, but I've just added a half a cup of sugar. And it's brown sugar. Brown.
Okay.
Okay. And then obviously your yeast, that's very important, okay, because it has to raise and you have to cover it with something warm. And put it in sort of like a heated place.
How long
for
does
it
it need to stand for it to raise?
For about an hour.
An hour.
For about an hour. But the other thing that is important, you can also just you're supposed to add a little bit of oil. Okay, do not add olive oil. I know some people think that it's interesting to kind of like bake with olive oil. It isn't. You don't want to make the dough tough. Because you're still supposed to sort of like knee through it.
Okay.
And then the key thing with the kneeing is that everything, this entire bowl needs to look like this.
Wow.
Then you know that your dough is actually ready to go into its hot spot.
So it needs to be clean.
It needs to be clean.
Okay,
You
there you
gotta
have it.
get in there. You gotta get in there. Yeah.
Nice,
yeah.
Clem.
Cool.
This is
Clem,
looking
how did
pretty.
that sound? Did I sound like I could?
That sounds
That was
legit. That sounds
amazing.
legit. we believe you. We're convinced.
Woo! My mother is sitting there going, yeah.
All right, cool. So where do we go from here?
Okay, and what we want to do from here is, now normally what I sometimes do is just take a little bit of extra flour, okay, and you want to kind of
Just-
roll it out.
Bon, you want to do this one?
Yeah, and you kind of just want
Okay.
to like roll it out, okay. Get a knife. We're gonna roll this baby out.
Just roll it.
Roll it out. We kind of just you want to sort of
You just want to
elongate it like
handle
this.
the dough.
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. And then what you want to do is you just want to sort of start cutting little slabs into it like this.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you roll it.
I like
Claire was
this.
so impressed.
I like
It's
this. I'm just standing back.
Yeah, let the woman be in the kitchen. So no, go a little bit bigger, Bon. Yeah,
A bit
there you
bigger.
go. Yeah, and so
Okay.
you kind of, like a meatball size, you know? And once you've done that, you want to pop it into the oil right there.
So how do you know that your oil is hot enough to actually now start
Because
frying?
do you see what starts happening at the bottom of the pot? It almost looks like there's like some type of veins,
Yes,
when like
yes.
the oil sort of like pulls and
Oh,
it looks all
yes.
veiny.
Yeah.
That's pretty much when you know.
That's when you know it's ready.
Yeah,
Well, we
it's
have
ready.
that in our pot, and I hope you have too. Okay, awesome.
Awesome.
Can I just say
Yes.
how amazing you are the first guest that come onto our show and bring food already done.
Yeah.
Shimmy made these for us earlier.
That is so
How amazing.
You're a star.
Well, I kind of feel like how that's what happens.
It's
when I
also
pay
the
for my
first time
free
we've
food.
made amaguinya in the loft, so that's
Oh,
quite
is
impressive.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
It's so cool.
Thank you for this education.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so the other thing that you have to also, that I think is important to point out, is you don't want to have your balls be too big, because what happens once you've actually put it into the oil, it swells out.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So like now
So you
we've
also
got a
don't wanna-
few in there, so that's pretty good. So we don't want to like congest.
we don't want to crowd it.
We
yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
congest, congest the pot. So
Okay, awesome.
yeah.
So you get this TV show that you're coming out with.
Yes.
This is amazing. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's
And
perfect.
I took the bread out the oven, so the bread is done. But
Oh,
we don't need
excellent.
that bread. We're going straight for the veg cook now.
Okay,
These
awesome.
look so good.
Can we check on our soup?
Let's check
See
on
what
our
it's
soups.
looking like.
Oh, wow.
Would you look at that?
Oh my goodness, mine isn't boiling as much as yours.
Don't
What
worry about
happened?
it. It's there. It's there. There we go. So basically what you're going to do now is you want to taste first before you season. Add a little more salt and pepper, which you're probably going to need.
Okay.
Your feed cook are going to keep on cooking for about another
That's
minute
good.
and turn it over. Take
Yeah.
another minute. But these guys look so amazing. Want to
Yeah.
just check? Should we open
Should
it
we
up?
check?
Yes, please, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
That's done.
Wow.
Booyah!
Well done, Shay.
Booyah!
That's
Okay, let me
amazing.
taste
Thank
that.
you, Mom. Thank
Do you want to taste some with me?
Let's do it.
Okay, there we go. I don't know about your
I
soup,
have
babe.
to.
It's
Bongs, girl,
kind of on a go slow.
you know.
All right, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. And
So
it's
how
just
long
right.
do these stay? How do we know when they're golden brown? Then we know they're ready.
When they're golden brown. But the other thing that you want to do is, I'm just going to use one of these little missile thingies. Is you want to kind of also keep kind of continuously sort of moving them around, so that it just gets a bit of an even cook through.
That's looking so
Yeah.
good.
Awesome.
Because it's tricky. Fat cook is very tricky to do.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
quite a
don't do it
sensitive
right,
thing.
you're going to have patches that's just not right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So any of our fans who want to know where they can catch your next show, what's
Yes.
popping?
A lot. So I'm going to be down in Joburg. I'm going to be shooting a new series called Knapse Carols, and I'm also going to be at the Cape Town Comedy Club.
Yay!
Yeah, you guys can catch me at the Cape Town Comedy Club from the 10th of May until the 14th of May. And I'm in talks, obviously, with Cape Town Comedy Club, bringing out another one-woman show with these guys. Yeah, so
awesome.
I've just had a recent new one-woman show called Almost Famous. So I'm really excited to bring it onto sort of a bigger platform. And Cape Town Comedy just gives me that platform.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're so happy
yeah.
for you. Well, that's very exciting stuff. And
Thanks.
guys, I hope your soup is coming along and not looking so much like Shami's over here. But if you missed anything, here's a quick recap. It'll come along. Don't worry. Just have faith. Have a bit of faith. Well, that looks absolutely delicious, and I hope your chicken and lentil soup was a success, just like ours here. Remember to snap a pic of your final dish and enter our cook-along competition. Find our post on Facebook, post your pic there, and you could be the winner of a 1,000 Rand Woolies voucher. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Get a taste of the smooth life, and you could win big when you buy Tropica. Follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and stand a chance to win daily airtime prizes, a weekly giveaway of an experience with a Tropica Island of Treasure contestant, Sunglass Hut vouchers, Daniel Klein watches, or LG home appliances. You could also win the grand prize of a brand new Kia Sportage. T's and C's apply on tropica.co.za. There's nothing smoother than winning with Tropica. Don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles every Monday at 7:30 on SABC3. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for joining us. Our soup is ready.
Yes.
Can I
So
taste?
should we do? Yeah, please do the honors.
Please.
You want to try my one?
Yes, let's go with your one.
Yeah,
You can try yours
I
as
want
well.
to try Shami's one.
No, I totally want to try Clem's one. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and it's a
Okay,
lot for you to
awesome.
sprinkle over.
Okay, I'll actually
great.
dish some up. Okay, we need to do a taste test.
Okay.
Okay.
That feels like I want to sing Amazing Grace.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So what you
Okay,
say?
who's tasting?
I'm a guinia.
I'm a queen, yeah.
I'm a guinia. I'm so gonna
Yeah.
try one of these.
Yeah, no, you should.
Okay.
Well done.
Bonnie, would you like one of the little bowls?
Yes, I would
Have a fit
actually.
cook.
I'd love a fit cook. I love a good fit cook.
Yes.
Cool. It's very hot, but
Oh, just blow.
I'm ready for
like
winter.
it.
Are you?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we definitely need some winter.
On that note, do remember that our keyword for this recipe is soup. SMS that keyword to 33650 for the link to the recipe and the ingredients. Awesome.
Wow, this is cool. And we did this in like a whole show.
Exactly, from scratch.
You can make soup in a whole
I like
show
it.
time.
I like it a lot. Thank you so much for cooking along with us at home and sending us your comments on Facebook. I'm going to read some. Lindelwa Jessica Zuma says, I'm always tuned in on all the Wednesday shows. I love the Cook Along show so much. I can't wait to see that soup. Lindell Walker says, do you add a lot of garlic in the soup or do you have it spicy also? Well, both, right? We
Both.
added
Yeah.
a lot
Love
of garlic,
garlic, yeah.
and you can make it
Spice.
as spicy as you want, right? And God Xavier says, I want to know how do I make chocolate eclairs? Okay, on another note.
We'll do that.
We'll
do that
do
for
that.
you soon, yeah.
And Luta Sokela says, any recipe for birthday cake? Okay, we'll
We'll
hook
do
you
that
up with
too.
the birthday cake recipe.
You were in business, man.
I am.
You're just making, cooking.
Well, you know, there's so much of your material when you do your shows that
Yeah.
is all about home.
Yeah.
And recently, there's been some going-ons in 2017 that but some hard pills to swallow.
Yeah.
Do you want to share some of them?
Regarding my material,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot going on within the
Yeah.
country. I think everybody knows what's recently been going on within government. And the funniest thing actually happened with the march. You know that. So I was basically just. Waking up one morning and people were sending these WhatsApp messages going around saying, guys, the country's shutting down.
Got a march.
Yeah. You know, and my colored friends all went, which, this Friday? Huh? No? What you wearing to the march? You know, and I just was like, it was really interesting to see how different sort of cultures reacted to it.
With
you know, white people, you know, went and got some hummus and they got some little breadsticks and took the little Woolies bags and stuff. So there you go. You know, so the march had different things for different people.
We have to wrap. We've run out of time because we've had a great time on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Shami, for joining us.
Thanks, Bon.
And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be interviewing Sybil, international music star. Don't go away. And happy eating.
Let's dig in.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, veteran American R&B artist Sybil joins us in the loft and treats us to an exclusive live performance. All of that tomorrow, live at 4 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Another feel-good production.